And we're back. You know who it is. It's your boy Trey.
And your boy Sean.
Here for another episode of Phitted.
Let's do it.
It's January, and it's all about pushing your mind to be mentally tough for this year that's coming up. All right, so again, Relentless by Tim Grover, going from good to great to unstoppable. All right, our relentless tip for the day. You get into the zone, you shut out everything else, and you control the uncontrollable. So, Tim breaks things into a cooler, a closer, and a cleaner. A cooler gets everyone cranked up and emotional before the game. A closer gets himself cranked up and emotional before the game. A cleaner never gets cranked up or emotional. He stays cool and calm and saves it all for the game. Okay? So, how do I take this? How do I take this and what he's talking about? So for one, when you get into the zone, again, a lot of his analogies are based off sports. I played sports. Football was my go-to.
Track and field, volleyball.
So when I was getting prepared for the game, and this is specifically the game, I was the guy who, I'm on the bus, I'm knocked out. I am asleep. Probably in the back of the bus, feet up, headphones on, but I'm knocked out. When we get to the school, or if it's at our home, I'm asleep pretty much up until the point where I gotta put my pads on or I gotta go out to do the warm up. I wasn't a guy who was like in the locker room, all yelling this and that and the third. That like wasn't my go-to. Like, I'm not your Ray Lewis type cat. I love Ray Lewis. Love listening to him talk, but I'm not that guy. I never was. I was the dude who was, during that week of practice,
Get everything else supposed to do.
I'm at practice first and I'm leaving last. I'm putting in extra work because I know come game day, I want to be unstoppable as possible. And so come game day, I'm calm. But as soon as I step on that field, I'm a monster. Like, I'm laser focused. I don't care what needs to be done, but if I can try to get it done, I'm trying to get it done.
Nah. The question is that a good or a bad thing?
For me, I think everything has a sacrifice, right? I think everything has a sacrifice to it. Earlier, you was talking about Shannon Sharp, and you was talking about how much that he had to sacrifice to be in the NFL. And so my ambitions for playing sports was, I was hoping to make it to the NFL. Didn't care about being an all-star in the NFL, didn't care about being a Hall of Famer. All I wanted to do was make it to the league
and play.
Make a little bit of money, get out and be an artist. That was it. That was plain and simple. And so because I didn't have that sacrifice everything, I know that was one of the things that held me back from making it.
Because you had other stuff to fall back on.
I had other things to fall back on. For me, sports was always
an in route, but not an in route.
Yes, it was a way to bridge me to get somewhere else. So the city that I came from is very, very small, kind of like other cities that are small. One of the only ways to get out of that city is sports, education, school, stuff like that. So I always knew I was gonna go to college, whether it be in sports, whether it be academics or whether it be art. So I loved playing sports, but it just wasn't that
fulfilling.
It just wasn't that thing for me that it wasn't my God. And it wasn't a thing that I was willing to sacrifice everything for. But when it comes to being able to lock in and focus, I definitely got that from playing sports. And so what I ended up doing later on in my life, when it was like, okay, if I can get this laser sharp focus on football, what else can I train myself to get laser focused on? So let's go with the art, like I've been talking about. So it would be times where I wouldn't do art for months at a time. I mean, a long time where I wouldn't pick up a pencil, I wouldn't do anything. But I would be working out and I would be doing the sports thing. And so then I was just like, okay, how you do one thing, you do most things. So I was like, okay, what can I do to push my mind to think about things like I think about sports? And so I looked at my art as in like, okay, anytime that I'm sketching, that's practice.
Right.
That's practice. Anytime
the smallest doodle can be considered practice. Anytime
that I'm doing a painting or I'm doing a large drawing or I'm doing something that somebody needs to see, that's the game. That's the game. And so it's like, okay, how do I get prepared for the game, which is this painting? I need to be laser focused. I need to go in, I need to control the uncontrollable. And for me, the uncontrollable is the practice, the practice, and to feeding my brain with the things that are gonna help me accomplish the painting the way that I want to accomplish the painting.
Well, see, I've never had anything that I've allowed myself to be that focused on, but I was the same way for track meets or volleyball games. I love practice, especially for volleyball and track. I hate practice. All that running just to run for 14 to 20 something seconds was just way too much for me. But it did practice. I did like running, but I think the only time I've ever gotten to a point where I realized that I'm the cool, calm, collected person was once I joined the military and I was in heightened situations through war or through medical stuff. That is when I was lazy. Everything would slow down for me. While everybody else is frantic, huge car accident, we gotta get this many x-rays for that person or that person, and I'm standing over someone shooting an x-ray, holding a cassette and pressing the button and setting techniques. That is when everything seemed the calmest to me. And when you had a regular x-ray day and it was boring, that's when I was frantic. Mm-hmm. So that's why I asked the question, is that a good or bad thing? Because I am better at a heightened situation and more calm than when it's a regular day-to-day situation. Yeah. I'm frantic, like, I need something to do, and I'm anxious.
I mean, and again, I don't know. I think it comes to what do you want your life to look like? What are you trying to get done? And how can you get that done as efficiently as possible, or sometimes as fast as possible? So if we don't get time back, right? And I'm trying to get from here to here, then if I'm calm, I'm frantic, and things ain't really getting done. But if I put myself under that pressure, I'm getting it done and I'm calm. I don't see no problem with putting yourself in that mindset of saying like, okay, I'm under the gun. Let's get it. Like, I don't necessarily see that being a bad thing, because
I get it. I see where it could be a bad thing. In my case.
Okay.
You're laser focused when it comes to art and stuff like that, and you found your niche, which you can focus on, what you're passionate about. For me, if you're like me, that can lead to a life of procrastinating and then waiting for something to happen at the last minute, and then you're laser focused to get it done, which can also end in you doing things badly or doing them the wrong way or messing them up and having to do them again. Yeah. So do not do that. That's why you need to get, like we're saying, we're talking about mindset. You need to get in a routine of doing certain things and repeating them or finding something that you need to do. It's just the simple thing, like you said in the last video, saying thank you, making your bed first thing in the morning, setting a schedule that when I get up, I say thank you, I make my bed, I brush my teeth, I set a schedule for everything I do. That way you keep yourself organized. Organization and discipline leads to you not procrastinating and being frantic about certain things, so you become better about being, in the middle rather than at the end of everything.
But also when we're talking about like getting focused, controlling the uncontrollables, sometimes that has to do with the people that are around you, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, if I know that friend X is messing me up from going to the gym or studying on something that I need to study, or they're just a distraction, then I need to get that person out of my life, right? Because that's the uncontrollable. And if I get that person out of my life, then I can control some stuff and I can get back on track and I can get focused. So getting focused and controlling the uncontrollables are sometimes like the things that you're putting into your mind, and also the people that you are allowing into your space, right? And sometimes you just gotta like know that like, okay, if I'm trying to get here, I gotta cut out some stuff.
Right. This I cannot allow this person in this space at this time in order to get this done. Doesn't mean you have to completely get rid of that person per se, but at this current juncture, this is what I need to get done. So I can't talk to you right now. I need to do this.
Because like the way that I like to think about it is like, okay, like if I continue to live on, 3 years is gonna pass by, right? If I can focus for just 1 year, if I can focus and say like, okay, let me just dive in, right? Let me dive in as wholeheartedly as I can dive in. I don't know what I can get done, but I know it's more than not diving in and focusing.
Right.
And so like, what does that look like, right? And not being afraid to just even try it. Like not being afraid to trying it, because I think sometimes we don't want to fail. We don't want to have that failure, right? And so that keeps us from even getting to a point where we can be laser focused. So then now we're just getting caught up in the emotion of it all, in the motivation of it all, right? But not the discipline of it, right?
So that also makes me bring to a point where something else we're talking about off camera. In order to figure out which portion you're in, you need to know yourself very well. And you were talking about us doing personality tests.
Yes. So the personality test that I want you guys to look up, and I will put the website in the description. It's called 16 Personalities. I took the test. Somebody else hit me to the test. And when I was reading through it, I mean, it was like looking at myself
on paper
in the Matrix, bro. It was like I woke up. I felt like Neo. I just found the bunny. And I went down a rabbit hole, and I mean, it was me. In my whole life, I always felt like I was a little bit crazy. But also, crazy people change the world, and I am a little bit crazy. But anyway, I thought that I wasn't fitting, right? Like I didn't fit into this thing, and it's just because of who I am down to my core, like what my personality is. It's just different. And reading that was like, okay, I'm not insane. I'm just me. I can rock with that.
I need to take this
and we
test.
Can get it popping. So 16 personalities. We will put that in the description below. But before we get out here, let's talk about our style today. All right. So I got on a nice H&M shirt, a little bit of a floral design. The white t-shirt is paired up under it with a chino, because you guys know I love chinos, from Express.
$5 jacket. Varsity jacket. Simple. 2 letters on it. FL. Fitted. Okay. Regular cream t-shirt. Got from H&M. Pants. Gray chinos. H&M. Real simple. Real easy. Not too expensive.
Dope. So that's the swag for today. Also, You guys can check us out on Instagram at
Phitted, BEPHITTED. Real simple.
Also on the website at
Be Phitted. All right, I want to give a shout out to Almost Herbals, homemade self-care products made with love, no preservatives, all natural detoxification and relaxation. Almost Herbals for all your self-care needs, hair and self-care needs. Everything.
What's the Instagram?
Almost Herbals, OMASHERBALS. Almost Herbals.
Cool. So, again, if you guys know of a black company or service that fits our mission, we would love to support any black company, male or female, it don't matter. We about showing that love. Again, relentless. Get into the zone, control the uncontrollables. That can look like anything that is taking you away from your path. All right. If the goal is to get there, get there. Don't let anything hold you back and distract you. A cooler gets hype, right? He gets everybody else hype, right? A closer gets himself hype. A cleaner don't get hype at all.
They just show up for the game.
They just show up for the game and they show out. So show up for yourself and show out. All right.
Hey.